Hey, True Believers, England here with If I Wrote Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel for some of you. And this was a series I used to do a long time ago when I first started my channel. I Love Comics about 7 years ago. And this one was removed. Somebody flagged it. They didn't like what they saw and flagged it. My thinking is, you don't like what you see, just walk away. Don't be, hey, I don't like it, so I can, oh my gosh, it's so offensive, then don't watch. Simple as that. Anyway, that's me still not being over it. That being said, it is a different political climate, so I figured, what the hell, because they never tell you what was flagged. I have no idea. But I think it's relevant. It's our 10th anniversary, so why not put this out there, see if it sticks this time. Now, the microphone was different. I was different. So I'm contemplating re-recording it versus just releasing it. That being said, kick back, relax, and enjoy.
I know you're gonna dig this. Dig this.
The premise of these videos are very simple. We're going to pretend that comic book companies have given us permission to rewrite a character from the scratch if we want, from continuing where they left off if we want. The only limit to anything is our imagination. So kick back, relax, let's get this party started. And just for fun, here was my original opener. Kamala Khan first appeared in Captain Marvel 14 to show she's a huge Captain Marvel fan. She was just a background cameo. Her first real full appearance is Marvel Now .1, number 1. Excuse me. And let's see, she's 16 years old, still lives with her family in New Jersey. That's just about all the backstory you need to know at this point. So let's get to those changes we would make. We are going to make her the friendly neighborhood Ms. Marvel. She's a street-level hero. She doesn't have the resources, nor should she ever really be globe-trotting and going around. Occasionally, if she can get away with it, sure. But her villain should be street-level as well. So we should keep her there because of her lack of resources. This would make the writers really have to use their imagination to take care of what really is a child superhero. And since she is a street-level hero, and we're going to kind of steer into her age, we're going to steer into the fact that she's only 16, she has to go out at the hour she can go out. If she go, much like, say, Ultimate Spider-Man, if he's leaving to do crime fighting during school hours, he's got to come up with some excuses. Otherwise, it's in the morning before school, it's at night after school, and still having to deal with working around school and family. This would create a sense of drama and even sometimes comedy. Now, granted, she's been with the champions and other teammates and so forth, so her parents might relax a little bit on the weekends, let her go stay over at Viv's house or something along those lines, which would make her able to interact with these teams. Otherwise, do you think her parents are going to let her globetrot around with the champions or anybody else? I don't think so, kids. Even the Avengers. Not happening. Her parents are involved.
I do not want to die at Avengers Tower. Or anywhere else for that matter.
This may be the most controversial. This might be where I got flagged. We're going to have her be a protector of her faith. She doesn't like people who assume all Muslims are terrorists, but she really hates Muslims who are terrorists. And she sets out to stop them and hopefully convert them and understand the more peaceful nature of the Muslim religion. Hating as anyone would of the few bad apples that give the group a bad name. Next up, we're going to get to some plot here. Her brother finds out early that she has superpowers. And hey, at first, he's okay with it. He thinks it's kind of cool, but then he starts seeing all the notoriety she's getting, all the good that she's doing, all the things that she's doing for her community, for her religion and everything, and he starts to get jealous. He starts to feel emasculated. He's the older brother. He should be doing this stuff. He should have been chosen to be the superhero. And this kind of causes him to spiral a bit. Searching for a place to go, an identity of sorts, something to do to validate himself, he gets in with what he thinks is a pro-Muslim group. It ends up being a terrorist group run by the villain Scimitar, who is taking advantage of people just like him who are lost. It's the same thing that the KKK does or the BLM does. If you want an identity, come with us. We accept you for who you are and what you know, what you do. And so he joins them thinking he's going to be doing good, but slowly he finds himself doing things that really make him a criminal. And he's not noticing it because he has bought everything. He's drank the Kool-Aid, and now he's in a situation. This puts brother versus sister. And sister confronts him, and in confronting him, confronts Scimitar and the group that he's with. And this leads her to violence she's never seen before. This is her hardest battle. This is her in a true fight where she is just beaten to a sheer pulp. Yes, it says 6. It means 5. Everyone has a plan until they're punched in the face. After she gets brutally beaten, the family's in on her. She's lying to him. She doesn't feel good. Yes, she feels good that she saved her brother, but at what cost? At what moral cost? At what personal cost? What physical cost? And this is at least an issue or two of just her needing to validate what she does, and her desire, of course, to stick around rather than go out and try to find something to fight about. The real number 6, the inventor stays. Basically, this is one of her villains from the first few issues, the first storyline. It's actually pretty good. I recommend you guys check it out. The first storyline for Kamala Khan was good. Everything else is downhill from there. Just saying. But in this case, we're going to have her realize that people from her school are actually being controlled. They're acting weird. So she's heading out and she's trying to find what's going on. She meets up with Miles Morales, who notices the same thing from his school. And remember, we're going to keep his identity as Tarantula. That's his. He's not Spider-Man. He's been Miles Morales forever and a f***ing day. The copyright has him under Miles Morales. We're going to give him his own identity. It's going to be Tarantula. And he's going to team up with the inventor here who creates things to control his fellow students because he's been bullied, and he wants to make sure that never happens, not just to him, but to others. Of course, he's going about it in the wrong way, therefore he must be stopped. Number 7, you're grounded, young lady. Yeah, the parents find out and they jump in, man. They are sincerely involved because now they know it wasn't whatever excuse was given to them for how badly she got hit. It wasn't a car wreck. It wasn't something along those lines. It was her going out and looking for danger. Now they understand she's growing up. 2 years from now, she is out of the house. Not always their concern, but not under their control anymore. But they want her to get to that spot. So they make sure that she's not constantly putting herself in the kind of mortal danger superheroing provides, thus causing conflict between them and their daughter. With number 8, we got to talk about the Inhuman of it all. Yes, we're going to keep her as an Inhuman, not a mutant. I get it. They're going to be bringing in the X-Men, and wouldn't that be cool? But we're going to talk about her being an Inhuman for a bit. And the fact that they've been paying attention to her. They've been watching. And it's time. It's time for her to come home. She is not human. She is inhuman. Therefore, she belongs to the Inhumans. At least that's what they think. That's what Medusa thinks. That's what Black Bolt thinks as part of the royal family. So anyway, this obviously doesn't sit with her real parents, who are trying to get her to smarten up and stick around with the family. And so she does. She wants to stay with her own family. So Lockjaw decides he's going to stay with her and watch over her, so forth. We're going to find out later, of course, that it was also the idea of the royal family of the Inhumans, that they said, Lockjaw, go protect her, go watch over her, tell us things, and basically see how they can convince her to come and be with the Inhumans. Of course, at some point in time, Lockjaw is going to be like, yeah, this just doesn't sit right with me, and he's going to choose Kamala Khan over the Inhumans himself. And finally, with number 8, we got to deal with the whole Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel of it all. Listen, we know who she is. We know she's Ms. Marvel. We know that the whole thing about Ms. Marvel becoming Captain Marvel. But in universe, why would they know that? Sure, Ms. Marvel disappeared, but who came up? What, they're going to assume Captain Marvel, the one with the short hair instead of the long hair, the black leotard with the lightning going down it? And then you're supposed to assume, oh, no, 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 because she became Captain Marvel, this Indian girl's now Ms. Marvel. It doesn't make sense in universe. So, truly, does she keep the name? Does she become Ms. Marvel? Is this something that they're going to somehow convince the public to call her, even though in comic book time it has to be only a few months rather than the years that it's been? Time does travel different in the comic book world. So there you go, gang. That's how I would write Kamala Khan. And yes, I did re-record it. I don't know. I think I know what happened. I had a picture when I was talking about Muslim extremists of Muslim extremists. And that might have been. Hopefully that was it and you guys are watching this. And if you do like this kind of content, let me know and I'll continue the If I Wrote series. Don't forget, of course, it needs to be liked, it needs to be clicked on, it needs to be commented on. That's how the algorithm works, and that's how it's going to let me know that this is popular. So please, by all means, do that. Also, let me know where you thought I was right. Well, let me know where you thought I was wrong. Don't freaking flag it and then run away. Don't flag it at all. It's not your business. Anywho, let me know once again in the comments below. Don't forget to do all the clicking, liking, sharing. Go on over to Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the tip jar if you like the content, or you can commission a video. You want an If I Wrote? Say, hey, I want an If I Wrote about this character. That'd be kind of cool. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.
Dig this.